If you were to read the following scriptures in your Bible, what conclusion would you come to? It is better to take refuge in Jehovah than to trust in humans. It is better to take refuge in Jehovah than to trust in princes. Psalm 118, 8-9. Do not put your trust in princes nor in a son of man who cannot bring salvation. Psalm 146, 3. For your own sakes, quit trusting in mere man, who is only the breath in his nostrils. Why should he be taken into account? Isaiah 2:22. This is what Jehovah says. Cursed is the man who puts his trust in mere humans, who relies on human power, and whose heart turns away from Jehovah. Jeremiah 17:5. Is it too difficult to understand what God requires according to these verses? How many times would you have to read over and meditate on them in order to get the point? Pretty straightforward, aren't they? What then accounts for the following often heard expressions coming from the mouths of prominent men in the Watchtower organization?
Remember, lies create doubts and destroy trust. Some of what we can hear and read is based off misinformation campaigns of apostates. It may sound convincing, even to us. Even if we now say, I will not believe it anyway, I'm just curious to know what it is. Exposing ourselves to this kind of misinformation can create doubts and undermine our complete trust in the governing body.
Now, in our day, there is another group of men that are sitting at one table, our governing body. They never lie or deceive us. We can have absolute trust in the governing body.
Since Jehovah God and Jesus Christ completely trust the faithful and discreet slave, should we not do the same? So, whom do you trust? You fully trust in Jehovah, Jesus, and the faithful slave. To a reasonable degree, you also trust all your fellow brothers and sisters.
So what happened? Did these men not come across these verses in their personal Bible reading? It's highly unlikely that is the case, since all of these verses are cross-referenced in the Bible that they produced and prominently use. Perhaps governing body member Samuel Hurd can help us understand what has happened.
But as we understand it, some things Jehovah will not permit us to see, even though we read over it many, many times. We can't see it until Jehovah puts the light on it.
So apparently, Jehovah is not permitting these men to see that they should not be expecting you to fully trust them. But do you see it? What will you do? However, the Apostle Paul explains that it is not God that is actively holding them back from seeing anything. Rather, it is their own desire for prominence and control that blinds them. That is why God lets a deluding influence mislead them, so that they may come to believe the lie, in order that they all may be judged, because they did not believe the truth, but took pleasure in unrighteousness. 2 Thessalonians 2:11 and 12.